Ethel Merman, born January 16, 1908, birthplace Astoria, Queens, New York, USA, died February 15, 1984, aged 76, cause of death, brain cancer. Ethel Merman was an American actress and singer. Known for her powerful and belting mezzo-soprano voice, she led many of Broadway's successful musicals and became one of the biggest stars of her era. Her famous line, "There's no business like show business," from the musical Annie Get Your Gun, remains an enduring catchphrase in the entertainment industry. Sev Ballesteros, born April 9, 1957, birthplace Pedrena, Spain, died May 7, 2011, aged 54, cause of death, brain cancer. One of the sport's leading figures from the mid-1970s to the mid-1990s, he won more than 90 international tournaments in an illustrious career, including 5 major championships, and 5-time major winner Sev Ballesteros. Johnny Mercer, born November 18, 1909, birthplace Savannah, Georgia, USA, died June 25, 1976, aged 66, cause of death, brain cancer. Johnny Mercer was a singer and songwriter, especially prolific as a lyricist who wrote about 1,500 songs. Born in Georgia, he found his way to New York at the end of the vaudeville era. He sang with the Paul Whiteman Orchestra and worked in Tin Pan Alley, eventually making his way to Hollywood and working in film. He received 19 Academy Award nominations, winning 4. In 1980, the Songwriters Hall of Fame named their top prize after him. In 1996, the U.S. Postal Service honored him with a postage stamp. Pete Rozelle, born March 1, 1926, birthplace Southgate, California, USA, died December 6, 1996, aged 70, cause of death, brain cancer. Commissioner of the National Football League from January 1960 to November 1989, when he retired from office, he is credited with making the NFL into one of the most successful sports leagues in the world. Ken Brett, born September 18, 1948, birthplace Brooklyn, New York, USA, died November 18, 2003, aged 55, cause of death, brain cancer. Ken Brett was an American baseball pitcher that played Major League Baseball for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Chicago White Sox, and a variety of other teams. He was one of 4 brothers. Brett, who played professional baseball, for instance, his brother George Brett. Alex Olmedo, born March 24, 1906, birthplace Arequipa, Peru, December 9, 2020, aged 84, cause of death, brain cancer. Tennis player Alex Olmedo. Alex Olmedo won the Australian Open and Wimbledon in 1959, as well as the U.S. Pro Championships in 1960. He was also on the United States winning team for the 1958 Davis Cup. Olmedo was born and raised in Peru, but moved to the United States and attended the University of Southern California, where he won the National Collegiate Athletics Association singles and doubles championships in 1956 and 1958. Steve Sable, born October 2, 1942, birthplace Morristown, New Jersey, USA, died September 18, 2012, aged 69, cause of death, brain cancer. Together with his father Ed, he helped develop NFL Films, which allowed fans to get a closer look at the game of American football. Steve started as a cameraman and writer and took over as president at his father's retirement. He went on to win 35 Emmy Awards and play a part in the founding of the NFL Network. Wilma Rudolph, born June 23, 1940, birthplace St. Bethlehem, Tennessee, USA, died November 12, 1994, aged 54, cause of death, brain cancer. Wilma Rudolph was an American athlete known for her achievements in track and field. Overcoming childhood polio, she became the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in a single Olympic Games, and later worked as a civil rights and women's rights advocate. John Abbott, born March 12, 1821, birthplace Saint-Andre, Quebec, Canada, died October 30th, 1893, aged 72. Cause of death, brain cancer. The third Prime Minister of Canada, he served in the office from June 1891 to November 1892. He considered himself a caretaker Prime Minister, as he only spent 17 months in office. Olivia Newton-John, born September 26, 1948, birthplace Cambridge, England, died August 8, 2022, aged 73. Cause of death, breast cancer. Olivia Newton-John had a long and successful career as a singer, straddling both country and pop music. Her 5 #1 U.S. hits, including Physical, You're the One That I Want, and Magic. She won 4 Grammys. As an actor, her most famous role was Sandy in the film adaptation of the Broadway musical Grease. The role won her a Golden Globe Award. Newton-John was also known as an advocate for health issues, including breast cancer, from which she suffered, and eventually died. Bette Davis, born April 5, 1908, birthplace Lowell, Massachusetts, USA, died October 6, 1989, aged 81, cause of death, breast cancer. Bette Davis was one of Hollywood's great actresses during its golden age. She was the first actor or actress to be nominated 10 times, winning twice for Dangerous, 1935, and Jezebel, 1938. In 1941, she became the first female president of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. In 1977, she was also the first woman to be presented with a Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Film Institute. Linda McCartney, born September 24, 1941, birthplace Tucson, Arizona, USA, died April 17, 1998, aged 56. Cause of death, breast cancer. Linda Eastman became Linda McCartney on March 12, 1969, when she married Paul McCartney, then a member of the Beatles. Their marriage would last 29 years before her death from breast cancer. In her lifetime, she was a photographer, particularly of celebrity portraits, and was a noted vegetarian, forming the company Linda McCartney Foods with her husband. Hattie McDaniel, born June 10, 1895, birthplace Wichita, Kansas, USA, October 26, 1952, aged 57. Cause of death, breast cancer. First African-American actress to win an Oscar for her role as Mammy in Gone with the Wind. She was inducted into the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame in 1975. Jackie Collins, born October 4, 1937, birthplace London, England, United Kingdom, died September 19, 2015, aged 77. Cause of death, breast cancer. Jackie Collins was a British novelist known for her romance novels centered on the lifestyles of the rich and famous. With over 500 million copies of her books sold internationally, she was one of the world's best-selling writers. Jackie Collins had 2 relationships that ended in the deaths of her partners, husband Oscar Lerman and fiancé Frank Calcanini. She was appointed an Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE, in 2013 and continued to write with her last novel, The Santa. Joe Frazier, born January 12, 1944, birthplace Beaufort, South Carolina, USA, died November 7, 2011, aged 67. Cause of death, liver cancer. Emerged as the top contender in the late 1960s, defeating multiple opponents en route to becoming undisputed heavyweight champion in 1970. In 1971, he defeated Muhammad Ali by unanimous decision in the highly anticipated Fight of the Century. Alec Guinness, born April 2, 1914, birthplace Maida Vale, London, England, died August 5, 2000, aged 86. Cause of death, liver cancer. Alec Guinness was an English actor whose career began on stage, but who is best known for his film performances. He is known particularly for his collaborations with director David Lean. Guinness won an Academy Award for Best Actor in 1957 for his role as Colonel Nicholson in The Bridge on the River Kwai, 1957. Robin Gibb, born December 22, 1949, birthplace Douglas, Isle of Man, died May 20, 2012, aged 62, cause of death, colon and liver cancer. Singer-songwriter Robin Gibb, best known as a member of the Bee Gees, which was co-founded with his fraternal twin brother Maurice and older brother Barry. Jorge Luis Borges, born August 24, 1899, birthplace Buenos Aires, Argentina. Died June 14, 1986, aged 86, cause of death, liver cancer. One of the greats of 20th century literature, Jorge Luis Borges was an Argentine writer of short stories, poems, and literary criticism. His fantastical and densely symbolic stories, written in a rigorous and economical style, have earned him a reputation as one of the finest writers to come out of Latin America. After this sudden literary celebrity, Borges continued to publish new work even as his eyesight dwindled into blindness. George Harrison, born February 25, 1943, birthplace Liverpool, United Kingdom, died November 29, 2001, aged 58, cause of death, lung cancer. English musician, singer, and songwriter who became famous as the lead guitarist of the Beatles. After the breakup of the Beatles, he began his solo career with the landmark All Thing Must Pass album. In response to refugee strife in Bangladesh, he organized an all-star benefit concert at Madison Square Garden, NYC in 1971 that served as a prototype for future such events. He was also elected to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, with the Beatles 2008 and posthumously as a Sol. Paul Newman, born January 26, 1925, birthplace Shaker Heights, Ohio, USA. Died September 26, 2008, aged 83. Cause of death, lung cancer. Paul Newman is best known as an award-winning actor. During a varied career, he was also a film director, entrepreneur, professional racing driver, and auto racing team owner. He was also the co-founder of food company Newman's Own, from which Newman donated all the after-tax profits and royalties to charity. Susan Wojcicki, born July 5, 1968, birthplace Santa Clara County, California, USA, died August 9, 2024, aged 56, cause of death, lung cancer. Susan Wojcicki rented her garage to Google when they were a young startup, before joining the company as its 16th employee in 1999. She is credited with coming up with the idea of AdSense and with persuading Google's co-founders to buy YouTube for $1.65 billion in 2006. She became the CEO of YouTube in 2014 and has since been described as the most powerful woman both in advertising and on the internet. Wojcicki has strongly advocated for closing the gender gap in the tech industry. Joe Cocker, born May 20, 1944, birthplace Sheffield, England, United Kingdom. Died December 22, 2014, aged 70. Cause of death, lung cancer. Joe Cocker found success with his 1968 cover of the Beatles' song With a Little Help from My Friends, which he sung at Woodstock in 1969 and became a soul anthem, which he received a Grammy for in 1983 for the film An Officer and a Gentleman. Peter Jennings, born July 29, 1938, birthplace Toronto, Ontario, Canada, died August 7, 2005, aged 67. Cause of death, lung cancer. Peter Jennings was one of the most trusted news anchors in the United States. He served as the sole anchor of ABC World News Tonight for over 2 decades. Jennings was born in Canada, where he began his broadcasting career at a young age, hosting a radio show when he was 9 years old. He dropped out of high school and started working in television news at 21. Jennings became a United States citizen in 2003, partly influenced by his experiences reporting on the aftermath of the 9/11 attacks. In 2005, he announced on air that he had been diagnosed with lung cancer, which he died of later that year. Tony Greig, born October 6, 1946, birthplace Queenstown, Cape Province, South Africa, died December 29, 2012, aged 66. Cause of death, heart attack brought on by lung cancer. Cricketer and commentator Tony Greig, The captain of England from 1975 to 77, he is considered by some to be one of England's leading international all-rounders and helped start World Series cricket. Bobby Bonds. Born March 15, 1946, birthplace Riverside, California, USA. Died August 23, 2003, aged 57. Cause of death, lung cancer and a brain tumor. Bonds was a baseball right fielder, mainly with the San Francisco Giants from 1968 to 1981. His record of 5 seasons with 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases was matched only by his son, Barry Bonds. During his career, Bonds was a 3-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove winner, and was All-Star MVP in 1973. After retiring, Bonds returned to coach the Giants in 1993, during the time when his son Barry was playing for the team. All up, his time with the Giants totaled 23 seasons. Bob Gucci. Born December 17, 1930. Birthplace Brooklyn, New York, USA. Died October 20, 2010, aged 79. Cause of death, lung cancer. In 1965, Guccione founded Penthouse, a men's magazine that featured nude photos of women as well as articles on politics, sports, and other topics. The magazine was a success, and by the 1970s, Guccione was one of the richest men in the United States. In addition to Penthouse, Guccione also founded the magazine Omni, which featured articles on science and technology. He also produced several films, including the 1980 film Caligula, which was a box office bomb. In the late 1990s, Guccione's business began to decline, and he filed for bankruptcy in 2003.